Okay, we're going to go over everything that you need to know in order to do your steps for Samsara. So whenever you open up your tablet, tap on the little owl icon that says Samsara next to it, and this should be the screen that's going to pop up. Use your username and your password that you received from your driver manager, and let me enter mine in real quick, and then we'll get started. Okay, whenever you first log in, you'll probably see something like a message certifying you to work. Just tap on the third item there where it says, "Are you certified to work?" And that is required. So we're going to tap on that. And you hit yes, you're certified to work if you don't have a temperature, if you don't have any COVID symptoms, etc. And then we're going to hit next at the bottom. Enter in any notes if you want to, and then hit done, and then hit submit document. Okay, the next thing that you need to do is you need to log into your truck. My truck is right here, and so you tap on your truck, you hit confirm, and then you add a trailer here. So tap on add a trailer, and I'm going to log into my trailer, and I'm going to hit done here at the bottom. And what you would do here is select your shipper ID. I've already done this for the day, but you'll have the same things here at the top. So you want to select Quickcrete and hit add, and then you want to also select your commodity, which is concrete goods, and then hit add. So yes, you can have two shipper IDs there, and yes, in order for you to be compliant, then you need to add both Quickcrete and concrete goods, and then at the very bottom hit done. Okay, next I'm going to go on duty for the day. Up here at the very top it says that I'm off duty. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on duty and hit save. Alright, the first thing that you want to do whenever you've logged in is you want to send a quick message to dispatch to let the computer know that you're here and that you're working for the day. In the upper right hand corner here you have a small envelope right next to the gear, and that little envelope there is your message sending system. So tap that little envelope. And then I've already done this for the day, but the next thing that you want to do is you want to write a quick message and then hit send. Keep in mind that everybody can see what you're typing in, and your driver manager as well as other people higher up can see your messages. So just be discreet whenever you're typing in your messages. Don't type in anything inappropriate. And this just tells the system that you're here and that you're working for the day, and then you should receive your information for the next log that you're going to be driving on. So I'm going to hit the little X in the upper left hand corner here right next to messages to get out of here. Okay, the next thing that will happen is you'll receive your information about your next log, and I've already received this. So I'm going to tap back on there and I'll show you what this looks like. So you can see this bottom message here that says dispatch, send load assignment, accept or reject document, then it has your BOL number and etc. Well, this is actually my second load for the day. It's not the load that I'm going to now. The load that I'm going to now I actually received yesterday, which is this one here, going out to Longview, Texas. So I'm going to accept that one first, and we're just going to pretend like I haven't received that other message as of yet. So I'm going to hit this little X button here. Okay, now you have 6 sections. You have HOS, DVIR, routes, docks, vehicle, and driving team. And there's only a few of these that you actually need to go through for the purpose of doing your steps. So I'm going to go into docks, the purple one here in the lower left hand. And yesterday at 1:57 p.m. I received my load assignment, accept or reject. Now, whenever you first log in the morning, you probably won't have anything sent to you very quickly. So the best thing that you can do is get out of your truck, go strap down your load, go get your paperwork, do everything that you need to, and then hopefully by the time you got back in your truck, you will have received your load assignment, accept or reject. So I just so happen to know that my third one down here, load assignment, accept or reject, is the one that I need to go into. So I'm going to actually go into it. And then if you tap on the order information, you can actually scroll through here. And I'm just kind of going through with my finger. And you're going to see that I have, there's my location, there's my appointment time and your day. And so that'll kind of let you know where you're going here. And I'm just going to back up. And at the very, very bottom here, you have submit document. Now I'm going to submit this document, which shows that I am accepting the load. And you'll see that under accept, yes or no, I do have in there yes, which is the default thing for you to have in there, which is yes. And we're going to hit submit document. Okay, and at the very, very top of the screen, you'll see the load assignment, accept or reject, submitted at 3:43 a.m. And yes, it is 3:43 a.m. right now. So now I'm going to get out of here. And the next thing that should happen is in your routes, which is the upper right hand orange one that says routes. I'm going to tap on that. And right now you'll see that there are no routes in there for me today. After the system receives my accept or reject document, it will actually put this on my route, and then we'll show you what to do from there. So I'll get back to you as soon as they get that on my route. Okay, so now I have gotten out, strapped down my load, done my pre-trip, everything, and I'm back in my truck. So if you notice up here in the upper right hand corner where the envelope is, there's a number 1 next to it. And I'm going to tap on that. And it has a message that says, please call your dispatcher. I did something wrong, even though I didn't really do anything wrong. But trust me, they don't really want you to call unless you really have an issue that just can't be fixed without their help. So I'm going to back out. Okay, now I'm going to go back into my route section. And lo and behold, look, I have a job on my route. It says current location in Longview, Texas, and that is actually where I'm going. So I'm going to tap on that. And you have 3 different things here at the top. You have your current location and your departing location, which I'm in McKinney, Texas. And then you have the location that you're going to, which is Longview, Texas. So what you need to do is go into where you are, which is McKinney, Texas. Or actually before that, we can actually go into the current location, which is the top one. I'm going to tap on that one. And I'm going to tap on the very bottom. It says manually depart. And submit. Alright, and then we're going to hit the back arrow button. And now we're going to go into the location that we're at. And you're going to see that it says we need to manually arrive. Now, sometimes, usually you're going to get your log whenever you are at someplace else other than the location that you're actually supposed to be picking up at. And in that case, whenever you arrive at the location, what's supposed to happen is that the system is supposed to detect that you've arrived there, But in this case, because I received the log while I was at that location, the system is a little bit confused, and so we can help it out. So I'm going to put on here that I have manually arrived at Quikrete McKinney. And I'm going to hit submit. Okay, so far we don't have any tasks to complete. And whenever we leave, I'm going to hit manually depart, but we're not going to do that just yet. So I'm going to hit my back arrow again. And you'll notice that everything here kind of looks a little bit different. It looks blue. That kind of means that you have started that job. And so that means that you're in the right direction. So I'm going to hit my back arrow one more time. Okay, we're going to go into our DVIR section, which is the green one right there in the middle. And this is where we're going to record our pre-trip. You'll see here I have my post-trips for the night. But at the very bottom of the screen, you're going to see Create DVIR. I'm going to hit Create DVIR. I'm going to select my vehicle. Okay, I'm going to scroll up here. And you'll see Choose Inspection Type. And I'm going to hit Pre-Trip. Scroll down a little bit more. And then under Choose Safety Status, I'm going to hit Safe to Drive because I've done my pre-trip. Everything looks good. Don't enter it in that it's safe to drive if it is not. So we'll go from there. But my truck is safe to drive, and I'm going to hit the next button. And I'm going to hit Certify and Submit. Now that was only for my truck. So I'm going to create another DVIR at the bottom of the screen, Create DVIR. And I'm going to do one for my trailer. So we're going to hit Pre-Trip. And again, in the lower left-hand corner, we're going to hit Safe to Drive, and I'm going to hit Next. And Certify and Submit. Okay. So now if you look up at the top, we have two pre-trips. We have one for my truck and one for my trailer, which is what we need to have. Okay, so your pre-trip is done for the day. I'm going to hit my back arrow. I'm going to go back into my route section. I'm going to go back into my current location, which is McKinney. And we're going to click on McKinney. And so far we still don't have any tasks for the location that we're at. Okay, generally what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to have a task there, and there's supposed to be a document that you need to fill out, which says Depart Shipper, and so far it isn't there yet. Sometimes whenever you get the job while you're at the location that you're at, you'll never get a task for the location that you're at, but you may get one for your arriving location. So I'm going to just go through and we're going to just check it out. So we haven't selected anything here. I'm just hit back, and I'm just going to go look at my arriving location here real quick, which is Longview, Texas. And you'll see that I do have a task there for empty call, and we'll go over that a little bit later on after I'm actually there. So yeah, in this situation, it looks like it's not going to give me a task for the location that I'm at, but it is going to give me a task for the location that I'm going to. So I'm going to hit back again. So the best thing that you can do here is go back into McKinney or to the location that you're at, and at the very bottom you hit manually depart. Now technically the system is supposed to detect whenever you have left, but it doesn't always do that. It doesn't always detect that you have arrived at the location that you're at as well. So it's usually better whenever you get to whenever you're leaving a location or whenever you get to a location, to go into that location and hit that you have arrived at the location or that you are departing from the location, rather than depending on the system to do it for you. So it's usually better for you to do it yourself. So I'm going to be leaving now. I'm going to hit manually depart at the very bottom of the screen, and I'm going to hit submit. Okay, once again it still says I have no tasks that I need to do for that, and I'm going to back up, and then back up again, and that's all I need to do for right now until we get to the location that we're trying to get to. And I'll show you what we need to do whenever we get there. Okay, so now I am in Longview, Texas, and let's take a look at our route here. I'm going to go into our route. Then you'll see that my McKinney is showing as completed, and that the current location, which was before McKinney, is showing departed. If we go into Longview, you'll see that I have not arrived yet, even though I'm actually here on site. So they try to do the geo mapping, which is determining where your location is. They do all of that based on the address of the location that you're at. Well, a lot of times your GPS won't pick you up as being at that address if you're in the back of the building. So whenever that happens, what you have to do is down here at the bottom of the screen, there's a button that says manually arrive. So we're going to click that button and say submit. So now we have arrived at that location. So the only thing that we have left to do now for this particular job is, after you get unloaded, is to submit your empty call, and we'll do that right now. We're gonna say we clicked on empty call, and we're gonna submit our document. Okay, now what that does is that sends a message to the system that says, hey, look, I need another job. Okay, now I'm gonna back out of here, hit the back button, and if you look, all of our locations have a filled in white circle. They all say completed or departed. Now I want to make something clear, and maybe it'll save you some heartaches. Okay, these tasks that we do, they are submitting documents. Okay, there's two different systems that are in Samsara right now. One of the systems does your location, and that's your arrival and different things like that. So that just, all that does is it tries to keep track of your location. Okay, the second system has to deal with dispatching jobs, and I think that's the McLeod system is what they call it, and it has to do with these documents. So normally, whenever you get a job, you're going to have a document that's going to say depart shipper, and we'll show that to you a little bit later on. And then the second document that you'll get is going to say empty call. Actually, the first document that you get is accept or reject your load. Okay. Now, if you submit those documents too closely together, so let's say that you hit an empty call, and then right afterwards, 30 seconds later, I hit an accept or reject the load, then it will confuse the system, and it'll send out an error message, and it will basically lock it up so that somebody else has to go into the system and to unlock it for you to receive more loads. So what you're best doing is to wait at least 5 minutes between documents. So the documents are depart your shipper, an empty call, or accept or reject load. Those are your three documents that we actually do. So you can see here that this empty call, I did that at 7:09. So since I already do have my accept or reject load, okay, I could go ahead and accept that, but if I did, I would confuse the system. So I'm going to wait at least 5 minutes, and then we're going to accept my next load. Okay, so it's been 6 minutes. It looks like I submitted the empty call at 7:09, and if you look at my time in the upper left hand corner of my screen, you see that it's 7:15 right now. Okay, so now I'm going to back out of here, hit my back button again. Okay, whenever you see the jobs on your route and they all have white inside of the boxes there, that means that route is done. It's over with. So I'm going to hit back button again. Now, typically you would have to wait until you got one of two different messages after you submit your empty call. So I'm going to go up into my messages here real quick. the envelope in the upper right hand corner. Okay, and you will get one of 3 different messages. You will either get let's see here, something like this, which says at the bottom there, no load pre-assigned at this time, or you will get another load that looks like the one at the bottom here. Okay, so if you get another load, then we need to go in and accept or reject our load. Okay, so to go in and to accept or reject your load, you need to go into your documents section, which is the purple section there. So I had already received my load early this morning. So this was kind of a rare situation where I received my load for this morning yesterday, and then whenever I sent in that first message in the morning, I received my second load. Okay, so since I already have my second load, I can go ahead and accept or reject my load. But if you haven't received it, well, you have to wait until you get an accept or reject or one of the other messages. So I went into the purple section there. Now I'm going to go in and try to accept or reject my load, and I can see that this first one here, the one that's at the top of the screen there, was given to me at 3:34 this morning, and so I'm pretty sure that's the right one. I'm going to go into it, and then I am going to just check my addresses here real quick, and it looks like I'm supposed to be going to Custom Building Products in Grand Prairie, and I'm going from there to Emerson Tile. That's weird. It's kind of a weird load, but anyway, that's, if you scroll left and right, you can see your addresses, everything. So I'm gonna hit my back button right here real quick, and I'm just going to submit this document to accept or reject my load. You'll see that it moved from there in the middle all the way up to the top, and it says that it's been submitted, and it just submitted at 7:19 p.m. So the next thing that you're going to hit your back button there, and you're going to go into your route section, which is the dark orange or red, whatever you want to call that, in the upper right hand corner under routes. Select that, and eventually you're going to have another route that's going to pop up here, and I'll get back to you whenever that happens. Okay, so now I received a message. That says, if I go up into my message box, which is the envelope in the upper right hand corner, it says, I guess it sent it to me again, which that's weird. The accept or reject load, because I already accepted it. And now I'm going to go into my routes section. Oh, look, there it is. All right, so we're going to go into it, and you're going to see all of your new locations, where you're going to, where you're delivering to, and etc. Eventually, whenever I leave this location, what should happen, I'm going to go into current location here, is it's going to depart from this location, and then it'll show that you've left here. Usually that's pretty accurate. It's able to tell pretty good if you're able to, if you moved or not. So whenever you get to your custom building products location, which is my first location here, you do need to go into it and to check to make sure that you have arrived on site. So we'll show you how to do that later.